Hi everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel today. I'm Lori Whitlock and I wanted to show you these adorable holiday themed shadow boxes. They're nice and big. They make a beautiful decor item. They do not fold flat for mailing because they are fully enclosed around the sides. So these would be primarily for a decor item. If you didn't put the top and the bottom sections on, you would be able to roll them and store them flat, but you wouldn't be able to use a tea, or not a tea light, but a set of fairy lights in them. So you can see on these, I've left a hole in the back where you can insert some fairy lights and have them light up. On this set, I've used some warm fairy lights, and on this set, this is a cool light. So you can see it kind of is a little bit blue, while this one's a little more yellow light emitting. I think these shadow boxes are so much fun and they look so cute. Sitting around the house, decorating a table, just something fun to give to a neighbor for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. We've got Thanksgiving coming up first, so we've got a darling turkey. Who doesn't love a turkey? So let me go through how to put these together. Let's take a look at each of them. We've got this beautiful Santa Claus version with the reindeer flying across the sky. Let me show you how the tea lights or the fairy lights work real quick. I'm going to grab a set. So I've got two different versions, and I will put the link to these in the description of this video. So if you'd like to get these exact lights, go grab them from that link. This is a cool light set, and this one's a warm light set. And so you can buy them in either one. Make sure you choose the one you like best. I bought one of each because I wanted to test them out and see what I liked best. So it looks like this little strand of lights here. You just pull the little tab out to let the battery function. I just kind of squeezed them together to make a little tube that I could put right through the hole on the back here. And then you flip those on. You can see how it lights it right up, and it looks so cool with all those layers and the shadows that it creates. So I just put a little bit of tape runner on the back of that and put that in place on these two. So I'm going to move Santa out of the way for a minute since we've talked about him. Oh my goodness, I dropped my ruler. Let's just take a quick look at the size of these inches. They are about 11.5, maybe 11.25 inch tall. Each one of them varies just a little bit. This is 11.25, and they're about 1 3/4 to 2 inches thick. I've used this method that I have used on several of my shadow boxes with the little tabs that tuck in place. It makes it so incredibly easy to put these together. You don't have to build up the layers with foam tape. You don't have to build them up with spacers that you have to glue and fold. You just simply tuck those tabs in place and everything has the perfect amount of space between each layer. I think it's a fantastic way to assemble these, but let's talk about our reindeer real quick. We've got a set of little reindeers with the snowflake scene and Christmas trees or pine trees in the background with stars and a full moon. Love that Rudolph face on that as well. We have a cute little elf displaying a little scene of Santa in a snowflake and pine tree and Christmas tree scene. I think he is such a cute little elf too. Love him. Let's talk about our snowman. We've got this darling little snowman in a snow scene here. Snowflakes, pine trees, and a darling snowman standing out in the meadow. And of course we have our Thanksgiving turkey that says "Give Thanks" with this beautiful wreath scene. Gives you that cornucopia feeling with the pumpkin and the beautiful scenery there. Let me put a light in this one so you can see how it looks once it lights up. I think I'm preferring the warm lights. So let's use a set of warm lights. In these boxes of lights that I purchased, I believe there's 6 sets. So really, really nice. Just pull that tab, turn those on, and tuck it inside the little hole in the back here. And I'm just going to flip that over so you can see how cool that is. Because I'm laying it down for you to see, it doesn't quite give the same effect as it stands up on a table, but everything would be a little more spaced out. But look how fun that is. So yeah, that looks so much better when I hold it straight up and down, but that kind of gives you the idea of what it looks like. So let's actually go through and check them each out with the light so you can see how they look. Then you can decide which ones you want to make. Or maybe you want to make one of each. They are so cute. So that shows the cool little stars. And if you wanted more lights in there, I think you could easily put 2 sets in, just glue them to either side on the back. That way you could have more lighting if you wanted to. There's also other types of fairy lights. You don't have to use the exact same ones that I did, but some of them have really big boxes on the back of them. Oh, I had a set really close here. There we go. I have this set right here, but the box on it's so big that I didn't think that was very practical to put on the back of one of these boxes. I mean, you could set it behind it, but the cool thing about these lights is they have different modes. So those are kind of a twinkle mode. Some of them are really a little too much. Some of them are really subtle. Like, I think that's a little more Halloweenish. I don't know if I would like that in there or not. And then just a really subtle fade. So you can look at other ones, but you'd probably just want to set that behind the box on a shelf or something rather than glue it to the back of the box because it's pretty big. I'm just going to turn those off. Okay, so let's get busy putting one of these together. I think we've talked about all of the ones that I have already assembled quite in depth. So I'm just going to set those off to the side here. Actually, I'll just kind of leave them laying around so you can kind of see those on my table still. Let me grab the pieces for a nativity variation. I did a giant star at the top, and this is the back of the box, the basic box shape. We've got our 3 inserts, 1, 2, 3, 4 inserts. Sorry about that. 4 inserts. And we have our top and our bottom of our box. And then of course on the front of our box, we have this cool star, and we've cut that out of glitter paper so that'll look really cute on the front. So let's go ahead and get busy putting the back of our box together. I'm just going to fold on these square lines, and I'm going to use a bone folder to give us a nice crease on those. You can see the slits are all cut out nice and evenly spaced. They're kind of pushed towards the front just a little bit to give room or space back here in the back for your lights. Just be careful as you're folding those not to fold on one of your slit lines. Okay, so you can see that's going to form the sides of our boxes here, and then these side pieces are going to wrap around and connect. So when you put these together, I would put the bottom on last because you can reach inside and glue those glue tabs in place. So let's put the top on first and our inserts in, and then we'll put our bottom on last. That's the way I would recommend putting them together. We're just folding all those tabs to the inside of the project right now, so they're ready to go. We'll do the same thing on this piece. I cut this out of a nice heavy 80-pound to 100-pound cardstock. It makes the project very nice and sturdy. It's going to hold together from one year to the next. And I did include covering panels to reinforce those sides so that it would even be more sturdy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this top in place here, just like that. And then we'll put our inserts on before we put our front on. So I'm going to grab some adhesive. Okay, I'm going to use this liquid glue because it tends to be more permanent, but you could use tape runner, but I find that over time tape runner can give way. So I'm just going to attach that at the glue tab. Just make sure you line that up properly so that it doesn't give a funny connection there. Okay, that is not working out like I want it to. Kind of need to use the table to press that down so you can get some good pressure on that. Okay, and then we're gonna, oh goodness, you guys, that just didn't work out for me. I'm gonna do that over again. I'm just gonna put some glue here on this glue tab. And I'm gonna tuck this side underneath and line that up just like that. Put some pressure on it and let it dry. And then we're gonna glue those tabs around the side. So I'm gonna flip it over, put a little glue right here, and right here. And then just line that up so that it forms a perfect outside edge here. It looks really good. Just double check. These seams inside should come to a perfect angles, so if that helps you just a little bit, right here, these miters should line up perfectly for you. Like they shouldn't overlap or anything. Oh, and look, my side seam came undone again. I think it's actually still sticky enough to stick, so I'm just going to put them back together and hold that nicely. Probably didn't let that dry quite enough. Okay, we have those three sides on. Now I'm going to take this side glue tab and tuck it inside the project here and put some pressure on that so it can dry. Okay, and at this point we're going to get our layers in place. So in the file I've labeled them 1 through 4. So the fourth one goes towards the back, towards the hole for the light. So that would be our starry layer or snowflake layer, whatever you want it to be. And then you're going to just tuck one side into the side slit. And it is a little bit of a tight fit. I want it to be a little bit tight. Okay, that one's in. And then the other side, just get one side clipped in and then push it all the way, and then the other end should clip in. Okay, then you go to number 3, which is going to be this little city layer here. And tuck it in on both sides. And then the next city layer. And then we've got our Joseph and Mary and baby Jesus. And these inserts are a little bit lighter weight paper. I personally think they would have worked even a little bit better in a little heavier paper. It's probably a 60-pound cover. I would probably, I don't know, go with at least a 65-pound. That's my recommendation. It might be a 50. It's a little bit light. It works. It looks nice. Okay, so we've got the top on. Now we just need to put this bottom in place, and it's just like the top. You've got to connect a side and those three tabs. So I'm actually, let's see, I'm gonna just go ahead and start with this middle section and do those side pieces last. And if you want to assemble more than one of these, I'm sure you'll get in a groove. The first one will probably be the most difficult as you get used to how it's put together. I probably could have adhered this bottom section on in the back before putting my layers in, but I think this is going to work okay. I'm just going to put some adhesive here on that tab and fold it in. And actually I'm going to put some on this tab while I'm there. So fold that in, hold it in place, and put this side glue tab on, hold it in place. Okay, make sure all of your layers are inside of your box. I think I probably would have put this back layer on before putting those in if I could, just because then you could get your finger in there to put some pressure on, but it would probably be a little bit harder to get the layers in too. You'd have to fold all of these out, and that would be okay too. You can play with it though, like if you're mass producing them, just put it together in the order that works best for you. And then once you have all of those glued in, you just have to put the front on. Looks like I need a little more glue over on this side tab. Okay, once those are there, we'll just go ahead and put glue on all of these tabs. Okay. And then we're just going to take our front piece and line it up and close up our box. And I'm going to flip it over so I can put some pressure on the table. Just make sure that dries really well. And that's all there is to it. Once you have it put together, you should have your back that looks like this. And all of your sides should be nice and sealed up. Like I said, you could keep that top and bottom piece off, and then you could roll the project flat for storing. If you just want to have no lights in it, that would be fine. I need to scoot this around a little before it dries. You can get your fingers in here and put some pressure on that glue tab from the inside. That's really nice. And the characters inside the file, they're all completely layered the way they should be glued. So if you have any trouble figuring out what order to layer them in, just go back to the original file and check that for how to layer things. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible, like the eyes cut out and show through to the back black layer, and same with the mouth, same with the nose here on Santa and his eyes. They all layer, so you don't have to do a lot of perfect placement on eyes or anything. They're all cut through. The nose does glue on top. I thought that was cute to put it on top. Anyways, I hope you guys love making these. I think they're absolutely adorable. I think you'll enjoy them this holiday season. And if you love them, please let me know and I can make them for more holidays coming up in the future. You guys have a wonderful day. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions about these. Please let me know if you'd like to see them in more themes throughout the year. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye-bye.